perfectly cooked in flavor. Visit Fireplaces Incorporated and ask about Duquesne's 5-year warranty. Duquesne and natural gas by design, your best value. Make Casper's Extraordinary Salad Dressing part of every cookout, too. The zesty Oriental flavor adds an exciting, tangy taste to salads, vegetables, meats, and more. It's all natural. And Gosner's dairy products are bursting with goodness. From a tempting assortment of cheeses to whipping cream and kid-pleasing, shelf-stable flavored milks. Gosner's for family fun and nutrition. Treat yourself to products of Utah. The difference is delicious.
Hold on to dear life and every precious smile. We're only here together for just a little while. Hold on to dear life.
We're going to meet a lot of very interesting people.
I think the choir is prepared to really radiate a feeling of love and understanding and communication.
Our hopes and expectations are very, very high because of the spirit we feel coming from these countries, their thirst for connections to the West and to its culture.
This trip had its genesis 2.5 years ago. And we have been working continually. I can't give you the number of hours. It's an untold number of hours. Thousands of hours. We've had literally dozens of people working on this project.
Family members of the choir down in the parking lot, please. Just choir members only on the plaza.
Cloudy skies and a steady drizzle greeted the Mormon Tabernacle Choir when the 313 singers arrived in June for the first public appearance of their 1991 European tour.
We'll march out one row at a time, starting with the first row out on the lawn area.
Normally, the rain wouldn't matter. This performance is outdoors, an informal concert on the grounds of the Mormon Temple in the village of Friedrichsdorf, the outskirts of Frankfurt, Germany.
I see the meeting places where you will sing and start it here. For example, Vienna, Budapest, Warsaw, Moscow, and you will start in Friedrichsdorf. We are very proud of it.
As the choir began singing, it continued to rain. Not for long. The clouds began to break. Blue sky appeared overhead. Their song of praise continued, and the sky got bluer. In a matter of minutes, hardly a cloud could be seen. Surely the trip ahead would not be without its challenges. 12 formal concerts in 21 days, in 11 cities, in 8 countries. But could the clearing of the skies be an omen, perhaps, that the challenges would be met? That the Mormon Tabernacle Choir's 1991 tour of Central and Eastern Europe and Russia would be a resounding success.
Ready to build a new home? Come to Utah Home 94. Walk, talk, and shop your new home all at one stop. See 11 decorated models with all the latest designs. Talk to Utah's top builders and suppliers. Shop for financing, building lots, plans, products, and ideas all at one stop. Pheasant Brook Estates, 12970 South, 300 East Draper. Watch for discount coupons in the mail, the newspaper at Smith's and McDonald's. 1 week only, Utah Home 94. Now open.
Why choose Utah products when you shop? There are a lot of good reasons. Products that are grown or made in our state have a worldwide reputation for quality. They boost our economy and our pride while putting more Utahns to work.
Utah agriculture is a perfect example. It generates over 100,000 jobs, providing wholesome fruits and vegetables, dairy products, beef and lamb. It's vital to Utah's future.
Remember, products of Utah are good for all of us.
Before you choose a shop to paint your car, ask a few questions. What about their work?
Can they deliver a factory finish for only $199?
Or is it just another repaint? Can they get you rolling again fast, no hassles? And do they have a solid nationwide guarantee?
How does Mako do all this for as little as $199?
Easy. There are over 400 of us, Mako owners backing you up coast to coast. When it's time to paint your car, make it easy, make it right, make it Mako.
How did Consumer Credit Counseling Service help you?
I was laid off and the bills were starting to pile up.
Consumer Credit offered free counseling, and they helped us on a debt payment plan with our creditors.
We were able to avoid bankruptcy and get on with our lives.
With the rising cost of medical bills, it was hard to stay within a fixed income. Consumer Credit helped us plan and follow a budget before things got out of control.
Consumer Credit Counseling Service of Utah. Personal, confidential, and committed to you.
It's considered one of the world's great choirs, and certainly one of the largest. On this trip, 313 singers. Add spouses, staff, and guests, and the total entourage exceeded 520.
We've never had a trip that was more difficult to prepare for and execute as this particular trip was.
They knew the size of the concert hall stage in Strasbourg, France. They measured it, designed a seating arrangement, and thought they had conveyed their needs to the people who run the facility.
And oftentimes in that, what they vision, how many seats you can put on a stage, and what we envision, how many can be put on, is sometimes different.
Flexibility and last-minute adjustments, always critical elements in any Mormon Tabernacle choir tour. That's why rehearsals are so critical.
We need to experiment with sound some because it's obviously like a great cornucopia, and the sound is just going to come flowing out like fruit and vegetables. I hope no tomatoes.
No tomatoes during the concert, but how about 3 meals a day for everyone involved?
What is it?
Don't put your nose.
What is it?
And places to stay, transportation to get there. It can be a logistical nightmare.
You make plans in advance, you anticipate, you try to see what the problems are. There's always something at the last minute that just throws you into a kink.
No serious kinks, though, during the initial days of the tour. The audience at the old Opera House in Frankfurt warmly applauded each number. And in Strasbourg, the people of northern France and southwestern Germany flocked to hear the choir perform in Erasmus Hall at the city's convention complex.
I don't believe it, no.
Heinz Mueller hopes the concert in Zurich, Switzerland will be as successful.
For me, that's the greatest moment in my whole life to have this choir here.
Normally, the choir retains professionals to underwrite performances in a given venue. But in Zurich, Mueller and other local Mormons got the assignment to do it themselves.
Yes, we had a lot of work, but for me, it's an experience
I don't leave it for all the money I will have here in this world.
Unlike other halls on the tour with less than 2,000 seats, this performance would be in an arena more accustomed to bicycle races. 6,000 tickets must be sold just to break even. Local experts doubted Mueller and his colleagues could do it. At one point, they volunteered to use their homes as collateral. It didn't become necessary.
This evening we will have the concert. This evening the hall will be full. I hope so. The hall will be full. And the greatest moment in my life.
It became the hottest ticket in town. People came by the thousands. They filled the arena beyond expectation and fulfilled Heinz Mueller's dream of a lifetime.
Spectacular, isn't it? Look up there, the houses way up on that side.
For the Mormon Tabernacle Choir, there is little time to savor one night's success. Instead, it's on to other cities and more concerts with their unique challenges. En route, a 12-hour bus trip through the Swiss-Austrian Alps.
We had 10 days when we about lived on buses. It was a lot of bus travel, which normally we have not done before.
Well, we're not that far from Salzburg.
Spectacular scenery and historic sights. No time to stop, except for a few minutes here and there.
I've never seen such lush vegetation.
Oh, I know. It's gorgeous. It's just lovely. The mountains, the castles, the churches. Just lovely.
We'd all like to get off the bus and go into the byways, but of course that's impossible because of the tightness of our scheduled itinerary.
Join in the summer fun. Enjoy outdoor dining at its best with products of Utah. Many of your mealtime favorites come from nearby Cache Valley. So close to home that you're assured of unsurpassed freshness and flavor. Thornapple Valley bun-sized skinless smoked sausages come in 5 mouth-watering varieties. What a great beginning for your cookouts, especially when you use a Duquesne natural gas grill for the ultimate in convenience and perfectly cooked-in flavor. Visit Fireplaces Incorporated and ask about Duquesne's 5-year warranty. Duquesne and natural gas by design, your best value. Make Casper's Extraordinary salad dressing part of every cookout, too. The zesty oriental flavor adds an exciting, tangy taste to salads, vegetables, meats, and more. It's all natural. And Gosner's dairy products are bursting with goodness. From a tempting assortment of cheeses to whipping cream and kid-pleasing, shelf-stable flavored milks. Gosner's for family fun and nutrition. Treat yourself to products of Utah. The difference is delicious.
It doesn't matter how it shatters. Who repairs it does. Nationwide Auto Glass. The Auto Glass Professionals. It doesn't matter how it shatters. Who repairs it does. Nationwide Auto Glass. The Auto Glass Professionals.
Hold on to dear life.
Lake Powell's the greatest place in the world.
And every precious smile.
We used to always wear our seatbelts everywhere but in the back of the truck because we just didn't think it would happen to us. It's great to play basketball with the Wheeling Jazz, and people say I get around pretty good, but I'd rather be walking.
Hold on to dear life.
The song is familiar to those who tune in each week for the traditional broadcast of music and the spoken word, but this week's setting, quite different. And listen to the announcer.
Once more, we welcome you to the program of inspirational music and spoken word, today from the Opera House in Budapest, Hungary.
Music by the Mormon Tabernacle Choir sung in a land, in a city, in a hall thought impossible just a few years ago.
The Mormon Tabernacle Choir celebrates with the people of Hungary the dawning of a new day of freedom.
And the spoken word given by a native Hungarian, as far as anyone can recall, the first non-Mormon to ever do it.
I have a record of theirs. I have had it for 20 years now, a record from the Mormon Tabernacle Choir. I've never thought I would see them in person.
Did you ever think you would be their announcer?
No. I had no idea.
And in the second part, Thomas working here in this place.
Putting it all together in a foreign land amidst language barriers and strange surroundings. A challenge for both the Hungarian television technicians and their American counterparts.
We want to give the audience a little bit of a feeling of an international flair, not necessarily the same type of approach. That's why we're using local announcers.
Even some of the music deviated from the traditional Mormon Tabernacle Choir sound. 20 minutes of Leonard Bernstein's technically challenging Chichester psalms sung in Hebrew, performed not only in Budapest, but at each of the choir's 12 concerts.
We had to come to grips with the fact that we were appearing in some of the most famous concert venues in the entire world, and you can't just sing Come, Come Ye Saints in places like that. You have to do music that has musical respectability as well as accessibility to the audience.
Getting lost temporarily in Vienna en route to perhaps the greatest of all the performance halls of Europe. They should have known it was just around the corner from McDonald's. The Musikverein, home of Vienna's Society of Music Friends, directly linked to names like Beethoven, Schubert, Mahler. Here, Brahms served as musical director 120 years ago.
This hall, if it hasn't been the actual physical performance home of most of the greats in the world during the last couple of centuries, it has been at the least the spiritual home of most of the great musicians of the world.
In Budapest Opera House, the choir brought down the house in unprecedented 6 encores. Could they reach Vienna's sophisticated audience the same way?
Sitting in the same hall where these musicians actually performed is an exciting event. It's awesome. It's incredible.
In this hall, this musician's holy of holies, the choir sang some of the masters.
To stand at that podium and think of the names that have stood there in the past is really a rather sobering thing.
But what would the masters and this sophisticated audience think of something as American as Cindy? They loved it in Vienna as they did in each city. In the Musikverein, as elsewhere, the concert ended with sustained applause that experts said went beyond the norm.
I've had to continually ask myself, what is the difference if these people are hearing the world's great music performed by the greatest artists of the world consistently? Why are they having a different experience when the Tabernacle Choir comes in and sings, in some cases, even lesser music from a sophisticated point of view? And the only thing that I can attribute it to is the fact that they're having a person-to-person spiritual experience, a people-to-people sharing of the Spirit.
Well, I started out with an F.
His self-confidence level was low.
I had hoped my teacher wouldn't pick me to read.
I was really bad in reading.
I couldn't read.
And I thought, oh my goodness.
I got mad at myself for not understanding.
That's when we brought her to Sylvan. Sylvan Learning Center was absolutely the solution.
I just sat there and opened all of my birthday cards and read them.
His self-esteem is unbelievable now.
Now I get A's.
I feel really proud.
For better grades tomorrow, call your nearby Sylvan Learning Center today at 1-800-EDUCATE, 1-800-EDUCATE.
It's the best high school rodeo action of the year. KSL Television, Dodge Trucks, and Wasatch County present the 1994 Utah State High School Rodeo Finals at the Wasatch County Fairgrounds in Heber City. There'll be 2 exciting performances daily, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, June 8th through the 10th. Then the championship, Saturday the 11th. Tickets are available at the door. To find out more, call 654-4930. Bring your family to the Utah State High School Rodeo Finals in Heber City.
Hey kids, want to learn to play hoops from some NBA greats? Well, here's your chance at Big T. Bailey's basketball camp. Come join me and my special guest, NBA Slam Dunk champion J.R. Ryder and teammate Christian Laettner, along with David Benoit and Felton Spencer of the Jazz. The first 200 kids that sign up get a free pair of Reebok basketball shoes. So sign up early. Camp begins June 18th with Super Saturday, followed by sessions June 20th through the 23rd. Portions of proceeds benefit the Make-A-Wish Foundation. Call 268-9294.
Hi, I'm Jim Palmer for the Money Store. Even if your credit is less than perfect, you can still refinance your first mortgage at today's low fixed rates. That's because the Money Store looks at your total credit picture and won't automatically disqualify you for late payments. At the Money Store, you can apply by phone and there's no application fee. So if you want to refinance at today's low rates, even if your credit isn't perfect, call 1-800-LOAN-YES. The Money Store, where America goes for money.
A city coming back to life after decades of communist rule. With a couple of hours before their next concert, members of the Mormon Tabernacle Choir took a quick tour of the Czechoslovakian capital of Prague.
That's Bristol.
It gave them a chance to patronize some of the free market vendors springing up on the city's streets. And to enjoy the architectural splendor of this historic capital. All across Eastern Europe, totalitarianism is being replaced by democracy and freedom, accompanied by a resurgence of religion.
We see the political ramifications of that as citizens of the world, but the spiritual ramifications began in a way with the change of heart in the minds of the people in these Eastern European countries.
For Mormons, the change of heart became noticeable in the early 1980s when they received permission to build a temple in Freiburg, in the German Democratic Republic.
No one can ever estimate